like I say, it's a shame we couldn't have done this with BitMart. That was an oversight on our part. But we're getting that resolved, and hopefully we should have a MA happening with them sometime next week. Obviously, we've just got to get this legal opinion sorted, but we're in the sort of first steps of getting that sorted. So it shouldn't take too long to get that conducted, and then we'll because it's not a problem because they've reserved a space for us to have an AMA. So they've said pretty much, whenever you're able, whenever you've got this legal opinion sorted out. So yeah, hopefully it should be hopefully it should be Thursday next week is what we're sort of what we sort of loosely booked in. But anyway, we thought we'd just do a regular AMA on TG and give you guys a chance to ask some questions about the exchange listing that we've had and questions about development or whatever. Anything about the project really. What do you reckon? I think we can make a start.
Yeah, I think I can start.
Yeah, I think all right. Well, listen, it's been a fantastic week for Kounotori, obviously, and the week before we've managed to successfully list on BitMart, and it's been a great start. No real problems listing, and we've seen quite a lot of activity on the charts as well. Obviously, last couple of days, you've got the Ethereum fork and that transition happening with Ethereum. So there's a little bit of hesitation in the market, and that's had an impact on price as well. But and the fact that withdrawals are being stopped, that's caused a bit of hesitation as well. You've seen that sort of collectively along a number of coins that are in a similar position to us. But granted, that's happening, and we've listed on BitMart. We're holding our price extremely well. Now, obviously, as I said, we've listed on BitMart, and that's been a huge success, I think. Then, obviously, on top of that, we've obviously been pushing forward with developments. Now, I know I've spoken about this, that we'd get a roadmap in place. I'm going to start doing that this weekend. Obviously, we've got the sprints all set out in a spreadsheet, but I'll make a proper representation of how that looks and make it sort of investor friendly. But they are basically on the back end of the admin side now, which essentially means that all the KYC integration, so all the microservices like SumSub, where you essentially go through the standard KYC process of putting a face on camera and taking a picture of IDs and this, that, and the other. That is all working in concurrently with the sign-in process, and it's all working fluently now. We were shown a demo the other day. There's a couple of little things that they just need to tweak, but we should be able to show that off very, very soon. So there's good progress being made there. It's all very exciting. And is there anything else to cover really? Oh yes, and shares distribution is something that we're going to be doing this month as well. I think Adrian, we'd said that we were hoping to sort of get it sorted by mid-September, sort of thing.
Yeah, I need to create Google form, for people to fill it, but I wanted to do it yesterday, but I still have a lot of work. So in my warehouse, because one of my employees is currently on holiday. So yeah, I'll try to do it at weekend.
Yeah, fantastic. And I think you've stated sort of the information that people need to give over. It's nothing too strenuous. It's just the wallet that they use to donate and proof of ID and this, that, and the other really. But okay, yeah, so shares is also being taken care of and being managed. BitMart and obviously development. I can't think of anything else that I need to update you guys on. Obviously, it's only been a week since the last AMA. So I think we can open up to questions, I think. Let me just have a little look for questions. Okay, let me scroll up. Okay, once the CEX is live, once the CEX is live, are we planning on screening tokens so we don't help any rug pulls? Yes, absolutely. Something we've talked about before. When you list on the exchange, will require a KYC evaluation, something that we've done twice, and obviously a contract audit to be provided, or we can provide it for them for a fee. So yeah, those are your standard sort of checks, and then obviously as we are hashing out the details as we get closer and closer to launching the exchange, there'll be things like price. If the price is to drop below a certain point on the first a certain time of listing, then obviously that will be something that we need to consider as well, because there's more than likely something malicious happening. But yeah, the key ones for even qualifying for a listing would be a contract audit and KYC evaluation, definitely. Oh, I've got some questions in general as well. Spread cheeks. So. Right, someone's asking about the different prices between pairs and how that's resolved. Yes, the idea is between the two different prices, between the pairs, it's resolved by arbitrage, which is a feature that it happens on most centralized exchanges, and the aim is to keep the prices between the different pairs, in our case USDT and Ethereum, is to keep the prices consistent. And the idea behind that obviously is you don't want people manipulating the price, buying low on one, selling high on the other, and draining liquidity essentially. So the idea behind keeping the prices consistent is that prevents that from happening, and keeps the prices the same, or as much as can be between the two different pairs, or however many pairs you're offering. Let's have another look. TikTok kick out, yes, yeah. Oh, yeah, Coast Crowns responded to that, yeah. Brilliant. Right. I swear I got tagged earlier. It's just, all right, okay. As far as the money from volume on BitMart is going to our marketing wallet, will there be a second wallet? Right, yeah. So the funds gained from tax on BitMart, they will be sent obviously to Gnosis. Now, currently, we went to collect our tax last week that we had accumulated, but we noticed something wasn't quite right, and there was a calculation error. We've raised that with our contacts at BitMart, and we've been told that that should be resolved by this week. So as soon as we hear back from that, then we'll be able to collect the funds from both last week and this week, and then send them over to Gnosis so that you can view them publicly.
Yeah, basically what happened is they just had some issues with calculation of the tax, so we've received like a lot less tax that we should get. But I just got confirmation from BitMart that this will be sorted by tomorrow. So yeah. We'll probably let you know how much tax we got by tomorrow.
Yeah. Yes, it's just one of them things. It's an error on their end, but we were assured that they'd get it sorted this week. So, and that seems to be the case. So nice one. we should be able to let you know tomorrow, as Adrian's saying. But yeah, absolutely, it'll be made publicly visible on Gnosis, like all of the Ethereum funding that we get from Uniswap. Okay. Let's have a look at other questions. And if you want to jump on with a question, by all means, that'd be fantastic. And if you want to send a question, it might be easiest to do it in Q&A. I'm not as good at jitters as picking out the questions. What have we got here? Oh yeah, same question. Yeah, it will be moved to Gnosis. Yeah, all the marketing tax from BitMart. Yep.
I just pasted a question in Q&A.
Oh, okay. Oh, to what extent? Yeah, sorry, I see. To what extent has the recent bear market had on the project development, and how will you be able to survive the longest bear market and continue building and developing? Well, that was a decision that we sort of made with you guys. I think we've been in development. I should know that. I think it's around. We're coming up 3 months, I think, officially developing. But we made the conscious decision because obviously we were experiencing quite a downturn in the market, and obviously our marketing funds were all tied up in Ethereum at the time, and obviously that had an effect. So what we did is we put the question to you guys, and I think the general consensus was let's start development now. Tech Alchemy were happy to work with us on that, and we reduced the sort of allocated developers that we were sort of hoping to work with, just so that we could function on a monthly basis. And already they're ahead of schedule, both in the design aspect and in the coding aspect as well. So it's good stuff, really, and hopefully what the idea behind something like BitMart and all these other various things that we have. I can't mention exactly some of the stuff that's cooking in the background, but there's a lot to hopefully that we'll be able to reveal sometime in the very near future. But the idea behind all of these things is that it will help us generate volume. The volume helps allocate more developers, and thus we can speed up development times. As I stated at the beginning, I will provide a roadmap that clearly displays, because as I say, it's all in spreadsheet form at the moment, but I'll try and get that started this weekend so that you guys can just see clearly what each sprint consists of, where we are now, and how long it's going to take currently. Because, as I say, we're working at pretty minimum capacity just because we've been building in a bear market, but hopefully that's going to change with all these various catalysts and various. I mean, we can already see now that volume has increased exponentially, so it should help with increasing development speeds. And so the idea of the roadmap is, yes, of course, I can present it to you guys, and with how it's working now, but I think the best way to handle the roadmap is to update it as much as we can to represent the changes in developer allocation. Well, as I think I've stated before in AMAs, we have seen that time push just because we're working with less developers than we were expecting to at the start of the development phase. So yeah, of course, having this roadmap should give you guys a much clearer perspective on where we are and how long development's going to take. Yeah, it's a good question. Will it be on track for the end of the year? I think we'll definitely be in a better place to give you and hopefully be able to offer investors interaction. So yeah, a beta, yeah, that's probably on target for where we're looking at, I'd say, to the point where we're able to offer an interactable demo to a collect amount of investors. Have you guys been planning to sell shares all along, or was it an idea that came along with the fundraiser and BitMart? Well, obviously we haven't established the LLC for long, but it soon became apparent that, and this is a clear way of generating interest in business and funding, and obviously we're going to use that to our advantage, in the future when things have progressed quite a bit more. So initially, I'll be honest, we weren't looking at doing that for quite some time, but when we were shown the sort of extent of people donating, we were sort of sat there and thinking, well, this we're seeing multiple thousand donations come in at once. We've offered incentives and we've offered rewards, but could we offer something else that sort of brings people into the project, more, and involves people in the sort of inner workings of the project? And so gifting shares, I think, is a great way of allowing that, and allowing people to not only be part of the token, but part of the company and part of the business. And in the future, I think we talked about last AMA the differences between the Nest Council and obviously being a shareholder. There are distinct differences. The Nest Council is more involved in shaping the exchange, what tokens are listed, as I say, making improvements, voting on polls, and having a big impact on the project, as you guys already have. Whereas shareholders, of course, is more dealing with the business end of things and projections and offering insight into where we're taking the company. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's something that we thought would be an appropriate reward for some of the huge donations that we were seeing come in. And yeah, it involves you guys more with the project and more with the vision. So Golden Ticket NFT distribution, when is that? Good question. Do we have any insight into when that would be, Adrian or Johan?
I mean, like I said, I have to create a form first and let people fill it.
Oh no! This is the Golden Ticket NFT.
Yeah, but still, I've got like 50 DMs to go through.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, exactly.
From people, so
well, as soon as we're looking to distribute them, we'll let you guys know. But I'd say we'd probably give you about 2 weeks' notice. But please bear with us, because there's been a lot to deal with in the last couple of weeks. But as soon as we have a set in stone date, then we'll let you guys know ahead of time, and we'll start distributing them. And it will be the same process as shares, wherein if you can provide proof of donation, then we'll get them distributed to you. Let's look in general. I was so confused by this Appleseed stuff. Right, let me have a look in TG. When Appleseed. I'm still not clear on what this all means. I think there was something about as a placeholder name in a form. I was loving it. Okay, well, oh no, hang on. Will there be limits on how many tokens there be staked? I think that's all going to be finally determined the closer we get into that stage of development. As I say, we do have initially anyway. There will be limits into how much can be staked, only because that's the general thing to do in order to protect the sustainability of it. We will be able to come up with a final number, I'd say closer to the point where we've got staking functioning in the development phase to where we want it to be, and then we'll be able to provide that properly. Right, I can't see any more questions. Again, if you want to jump on and ask a question, then that's also fantastic. Oh, what I'm hoping to do, just a quick point, what I'm hoping to do is for the BitMart AMA, I'm hoping to organise it so we can get Tech Alchemy in there as well, because obviously they'll be able to speak in larger detail about the exchange, and we'll be able to sort of use their fantastic insight into the exchange development and their company and their experience, and be able to use them for the when we've got the biggest platform and the biggest outreach. So yeah, I'm hoping to get them there. They were set to come on this Thursday or today even, but as I say, we've obviously run into the legal opinion. Sorry, is this up for? Has there been any decision yet on monthly payment staking returns? I always get this wrong because we've had two proposals. Adrian, can you remember the exact staking that we have in place planned? I'm pretty sure it's 3, 6, and 12, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean there won't be such thing as claiming every month probably. You're gonna be able to unstake everything with rewards at the end of staking term.
Yeah. There'll be what do you call it? You'll be able to stake without actually locking your tokens. But then, of course, the best APYs, the best APRs, rather, will be in the form of locked tokens. The problem I always have is that we initially had it as 1, 6, and 12, and I always get it wrong. But no, we changed it to 3 months. Just looking to see if there's any more questions.
I think that's it, really.
Like I say, don't be shy. If you fancy coming on and asking a question, it's all good. Yeah, if you opt into 12-month staking, then yes. But we will offer an emergency, which is something that not all exchanges do. We will offer an emergency option to unstake. The only thing about the emergency unstake option is that you won't then be eligible for claiming built-up rewards. But if the offer is there as an emergency solution, I think we've detailed that all in the white paper as far as I can remember. Yes. Has Tech Alchemy been communicating well with the development progress? Yeah, we have we have a separate Discord channel. We have regular meetings. We tend to have a sort of collective meeting once a week, but then we're in constant communication via their Discord channel as well. So yeah, they're fantastic, and they present things to us on camera and share screens. And as I say, we were lucky enough to be given a demonstration of what they've been able to put together so far, and it's looking really good. It's really exciting stuff. Hopefully, we'll be in a position. I've been told they should have it done tomorrow, actually, but I think we'll get it all looking pretty, and hopefully we'll be able to show it off next week. Roadmap PTAs, yeah, I've got to work on that. I've got to put together, because as I say, I've got it in spreadsheet form with all the sprints. But someone quite rightly mentioned last AMA, that's not really common language for everyone. So I'll define exactly what's happening in the sprints, and what's taking place, and where we are now, and how long it's going to take to reach each sprint section of development. I'll be working on that this weekend. I've only just managed to get my computer back. It's been an absolute nightmare dealing with that. I think I've spoken about it in general and vented my frustration, but I've got it back now, so I'll be able to work on that properly and not using my laptop, which is awful. I don't know if it's asked for, but can I state different amounts for different months? I think that's, yeah, I think you can. That's correct, isn't it, Adrian? Of course you can.
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
state different. Yeah, there's nothing holding you back from doing that. 3, 6, and 12 months, probably a good way to do it, to be fair. Has BitMart been easy to work with? Yeah, I mean, yeah, launch was smooth. Obviously, we are dealing with, as I say, there was a small calculation error that they're getting fixed. Yeah, all in all, we've been quite pleased with how things have gone so far. Let's have to put it in percent. Yep. And yeah, as I was saying before, in terms of outreach, in terms of offering a new way to buy Kounotori, and establishing us further, BitMart's been a huge step in achieving that, and it wouldn't have been possible without you guys. That's the main point. Without you guys and the massive amount of efforts and kind donations that you put towards making the listing on BitMart a reality, it wouldn't have happened. So you guys are amazing, one of a kind. Any thoughts about offering more shares and using donate? Yeah. And this is the thing. I think we spoke a little bit about this last AMA about the donation money. I think the best thing to do would be put it to a poll, because we can either look at extending it to other exchange listings or potential marketing opportunities, or we could look at splitting it and looking to put it towards development. But that's a decision that we'd put to you guys and help us determine, because obviously it's your donation money. We've obviously donated our share as well, but this is a community decision. It's something that we need to decide collectively. So yeah, I think in determining how that's being spent, yeah, we'd put it to a poll. And are there? Yes, I think because we'd set aside the 100 shares for various events, such as this one. I think I can't remember how many we sold off in the end. Adrian, can you?
I think about 50, something like that.
Gifted, I should say. Yeah, around 50. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, so we'll use the remaining shares for various other promotions and various other donation opportunities if we're looking to reach a certain goal, or donation opportunities, listing opportunities, or marketing opportunities. if we're looking to reach a certain goal or similar to BitMart, I suppose, then it would be something we'd look at distributing, definitely. Don't cheapen my shares. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I think that's it.
Oh, sorry.
I think that's it.
Oh, hang on, I've just seen another question. How much BitMart have made from income for development? Yep, as I say, we've to get those final figures, we've got to wait for them to fix their calculation error. As Adrian says, we've got a message saying that should be sorted tomorrow, so we should be able to give you that that figure. Yep, I think that's pretty much it. But yeah, so it was the idea of today was just a bit tips. Yeah, exactly. It was just a bit of an update for you guys, and telling you what's going on, what we've been doing over the past week or so since the listing. So yeah, progress being made on development side. BitMart launch was successful. Share distribution coming, among other rewards. Yeah, I think we've pretty much covered everything. Yeah, okay. Right, okay, I think we'll wrap up there then. If you have any other questions, put them in Q&A and we'll try and type and get back to you. Hopefully this has been good. Hopefully a good update for you guys.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is Jan still here because he's so quiet today?
He's always quiet. Love it. Okay,
okay,
cheers,
guys. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, he just says hi and bye, and that's it. Every time.